Earlier, we talked about fall allergies, and for many allergy sufferers, it can be difficult to have a beautiful outdoor garden without those pesky sniffles and sneezes. But there is hope as long as you know which plants to avoid. First, let's talk about allergens. Now, according to Everyday Health, the most common allergens are things like grass, pollen, ragweed, and other airborne mold spores found in places like soil. Now, mold spores tend to rise in the warmth of the day and fall during the cool of the evening, which is why experts say many who suffer with allergies feel the effects the most in the morning. But there are ways you can help prevent what is referred to as hay fever. Try wearing a mask when you're outside. Remove pollen from your skin by showering frequently. Keep your windows closed and use the dryer for any laundry. Try to avoid hanging the clothes outside to dry. Now, even though it seems as if many plants are off limits for seasonal allergy sufferers, no worries. You too can have a beautiful garden. And joining us today to help is gardening expert Ginny Rosenkranz from the University of Maryland Extension Office. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. All right, well, let's just start off. What are the best and worst plants for allergy sufferers?
Well, the worst ones, absolutely worst ones, are anything that has a flower, what they call a composite, or like a daisy-like flower. So things like mums would be really, really bad, especially because they have an awful lot of pollen. There's chamomile, like I said, daisies, goldenrod, not really, although people think it is. Ragweed for sure, junipers, alders, maples, all of these types of plants that you see there that are listed, the pollen is airborne, not bee born.
Oh, okay.
So it makes a difference. If the bees visit, like goldenrod, bees will actually visit goldenrod. So even though people see goldenrod in bloom and go, oh my gosh, that's going to give me horrible sneezes. And no, no, no. The ragweed has a little teeny flower that's green. You don't even notice it, but the pollen of the is so light. They've found it 2 miles up in the air.
Really?
6 miles out to sea.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the best plants for allergy sufferers.
Okay, the best ones are the ones that the bees have to visit. So right now I've got things like pansies here, but they're like begonias, cactus, daffodils are awesome, hostas, impatiens, a lot of the beautiful flowers, petunias, roses, tulips. Apricot twist is a type of sunflower, and it's gorgeous. Then of course azaleas, hibiscus, I love crepe myrtles, and hydrangeas. So really, there's a lot that are sun and shade loving. You can have a gorgeous garden.
Now, I understand that some of the problem plants are actually male plants.
Absolutely, because the male the male plant is the male part of the plant is what produces all the pollen.
Okay.
Yes, whereas the female, we just don't. We're not troublemakers.
We're not troublemakers. That's right. Okay, so what did you bring with you today?
Okay, I did bring some pollen plants that will give people issues. These right here are the mums, the bright yellow ones here, and this bright red one here. And the reason why I chose this one right here is that a great time to pick out mums is when they're almost in bloom but not full in bloom.
Okay.
And as you can see, this one there's a lot of flowers here, but there's a lot of unopened ones, which is gorgeous.
Okay.
And right here in front is an aster, and asters are very different. They look a lot like mums, but they're really different, but they have the same daisy-like flower.
They're beautiful.
So they are beautiful, and they come in pinky purple and bluey purple. But all of these right here will cause people to sneeze.
Oh, okay.
On the other hand, the good news stuff, we have pansies, which are really, really good, and the bees will visit the pansies. So again, I know that the pollen is not going to be heavy and lightweight and all that. And what I did is just for fun, I paired that with some Swiss chard, which is bright yellow stems, to pick up the bright yellow of the flower. So I kind of like threw things together that are easy to grow, and you know, you don't have to work with it, and they're not going to cause you to sneeze.
Okay, and then one over here hiding on the front there.
Yeah, those are ornamental cabbages, and people buy them because it's just foliage. Foliage does not have any flowers. And by the time it does bloom in the early springtime, again, it's more of the type of thing that the bees visit it, so it's not one of those things that causes you to sneeze.
Okay, so you mentioned that you have a pairing here. What are some other pairings that you recommend?
Well, I like having your mums together, but you could put mums and asters together because horticulturally they like the same things. They like the sun, they like the same amount of moisture, and they grow fairly well together. You can bring them indoors for a special occasion.
Yeah.
You can keep them in the container that you bought them in and have them on your doorstep for that gorgeous look for a while, and then just go ahead, treat it like an annual, compost it. Or You can be wild and crazy, take them out of the pot, plant them in your garden, and they'll grow gorgeous next year.
Oh, so beautiful.
They are.
I'm so glad the mums are out. I love them. Thank you so much, Jenny. And of course, if you would like to learn about allergy-prone plants and what to plant if you do have allergies, just visit our website, wvoc.com. Click on our picture at the top of the page. Well, now that you know which plants to choose if you have allergies, let's turn our attention to a decision regarding health care. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, as healthcare consumers, we have more decisions than ever to make. Find out what they are and why your relationship with your doctor should be more of a partnership. And those who are living with Alzheimer's rely heavily on care from doctors and family members. But what if a few simple life changes could help ward the disease off in the first place? Later, we hear more. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.